Hey guys, Xaryu here, and today we're going to be looking at some MLP gameplay versus a bunch of different cleaves, because there's a lot of cleaves on ladder right now, I guess. But anyway, the first game is a Ret Hunter Mistweaver. This is a survival hunter, and this cleave is pretty common, I would say. But generally here, I'm actually playing UA MLS, okay, so not Destro, or MLP, not Destro, which is a lot different than Destro, obviously. So the strategy here, what we start off on is sheeping the healer and doing damage to the 2 DPS, but as we go on, I just start sheeping the hunter a little bit more, and we kind of just start killing the Ret. So there's generally 3 strategies that you can play as UA MLP or MLS. And the 3 strategies are to triple dot, to kill all 3 of them at the same time, to double dot and CC the healer, okay? So it'd be like sheeping the healer, killing 2 DPS, fearing the healer, etc. Or to just single dot. And the single dot would be to just dot one person, fear and sheep the healer, and another target. So here, we actually decided to mainly single dot the Ret Pally and CC the hunter and the Mistweaver. We do dot the hunter a little bit, but yeah, not too much. So basically, I'll be landing sheeps on the healer, popping Ice Form right here, getting some Flurry Shatter combos off, I get silenced, no dispel, actually a late dispel there on the silence, then the healer gets feared, doing a ton of damage here to the Pally, and as soon as we get in too much trouble, what I actually start to do is sheep the hunter. I don't know if I started doing that yet, because at the start of this game we were like, okay, let's just dot everything. But then I was like, okay, let's just start sheeping the hunter to relieve some pressure, because it seems like we're going to be mainly killing the Ret Pally anyway. So I sheep the hunter 2 times, 3 times here, and then just start doing damage to this Ret. Now the DR on the monk is back up. My warlock actually gets a fear, so out of this fear I put myself in position to sheep. He gets sanked out of the fear, so I go ahead and full sheep him, and then he trinkets out of the sheep. So now we got a lot of cooldowns out of the way, which should allow us to get Ret Bubble at some point soon here. The hunter DR is off for sheep now, so I push in there and get another sheep on the hunter. And we don't get bubble there. Wow, that was so close. We should get bubble pretty soon here. Sheep the hunter half. Decide to not go for a quarter sheep. We do get bubble there from the Pally. And now the sheep diminishing returns back up on the Mistweaver. And the thing I want you to notice about this game, guys, is you very, very heavily relied on your diminishing returns. You constantly want to look at Gladius. Who can I sheep? Who can't I sheep? And setting yourself up for these sheeps. And as long as you're doing that and keeping up a consistent amount of pressure, you're doing your job well as a mage. So I pushed in here, got a sheep on the healer, got a half sheep. It looks like my Pally's under pressure, so I get a quarter sheep, and then I push in for a sheep on the hunter as we fear the monk. So it's amazing across. You see, sheep on the healer, and then I start sheeping the hunter, and we fear the monk. So they're constantly just being cross CC back and forth. So we're kind of just 3v1ing this Ret here, and they tried to train our Pally down, but with that kind of pressure and that kind of CC, it makes it very, very difficult to do so. So that's kind of a game where if they're training your heal or training your log, that's kind of what you can do. Alright, in this next game, we fight a Feral DK H-Pal. So if we want to do a double CC strat, we're forced to kill the Feral, because you can't actually sheep a Feral. But I don't know if we even need to do a double CC here, especially if they're going me. If they're going me, I can just kite. I don't really need for both of them to be CC'd. I get a full sheep here on the Pally, so we can get a pretty decent opener here with a beautiful Hodge there onto the Feral. Get a half sheep Pally, going for a quarter sheep. But he does get howled off. He's forced to bubble sack, and they actually overlap Feral's wall as well, and AMC, so they're kind of just overusing cooldowns right now. The Feral's chasing down my Pally. This allows me to get some more damage off. That sack is falling. It almost looks like they're splitting a little bit. The DK is getting sheeped up here a little bit, and then I decide to full sheep the Pally with a fear on the DK, so there's that cross CC once again. We're cross CCing the DK and the Pally while we're single dotting and killing this Feral. Later in the game, like, we can't also dot the DK. If we're feeling fine, there's no reason to sheep the DK, right? Once the damage gets too much, then you can just start sheeping the DK to relieve some pressure, like right here. I temp shield a lot of that damage, cancel my temp shield, sheep the DK, and the Pally is being spam feared. I think I tried to go for a lock in the pally there, but I missed, but we got a Belf onto it, and then I got another full sheep there on the pally. Going for a half sheep on the pally, I do land it. Going for a quarter sheep, there it is. Fear DR is not up on the pally yet for another second, so I Cone of Cold, keep the pally in place, continue to do damage onto the feral. Then the pally gets full feared right as that DR finishes, and boom, feral goes down. So that's kind of how you guys can see it. Like, boom, we're getting CC, sheep, 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 wait another second or two, fear, 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 wait another second or two, sheep, 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 and I mean, how are you supposed to really do much when you're being constantly CC'd back and forth? So that's kind of the goal of this comp. We do struggle against Shaman teams, though, especially Resto Shaman teams, because they have a lot to disrupt that CC chain with the groundings, the shears, just the positioning with Ghost Wolf behind Pillar, etc. So I start off this game against this Ret Hunter with not a Ret Hunter, Enhance Hunter, with a sheep under the Druid, get his adaptation. Starting here, I do like Enhance here as a kill target. Survival Hunters just have a lot of HP. So my main goal here is to kill the Enhanced Shaman, and like I said, we can sheep the Hunter if we need to, or we can deal damage to him if we're feeling fine and go ahead and double dot. None of these games were really triple dotting, and I think triple dotting as a strategy is better when dampening gets deeper and deeper, but as you can see, this game is very under control, so there's no reason to really sheep off the dots on the Hunter. Might as well just do more damage to the Hunter. We do get shell there from the Hunter. Back here onto this Enhance. Really like the Enhance. He's getting really low. He pops a wall. So once he pops a wall, I'm like, okay, we could go back onto the Hunter now. I get a sheep onto the Druid out of that Hajj into a Belf. More damage back on the Hunter. Big shatter combo with a fear on the Druid, and that's pretty much it. We just overwhelmed them with CC and damage. These games were awesome. Let me know if you guys liked them down below in the comments. Thumbs the video up if you liked it. Thumbs it down if you didn't. Let me know what you guys want to see for next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Peace.